It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. All right, shalom, shalom, Israel. I'm going to start by giving all glory and the praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. I'm the brother I'm one for down Tempe, Florida, from the camp brothers in Babylon. Come one of the quick heat to the spin power BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Lord wanted to edify and feed the sheep. Devil said I was an apostle, great millstone, teachable well. Peace and blessings to the brothers who push this work in truth and sincerity to this guy abroad. All right, now I want to go into a lesson, all right, about this article that I came across on Newsbreak. All right, going into the article, it said, which this is article 6, ABC Action News, all right, which there was a Philly victim of that crash that happened, or that plane crash that happened. This is a victim, all right, which was a kid who went into brain surgery, all right, due to the explosion, all right, of that debris. Okay, the debris of that plane blew up, all right, and it blew up, and some people were caught up in that debris, all right, even in that explosion, all right, that was injured. All right, it's set up to I believe it was 24, all right, at least 24 people who were injured and 7 people killed. All right, but I want to grab this point going into this family of a 10-year-old who was injured by the jet crash, all right, that day, and they given their experience. All right, here's the point leading up to with the scripture. It says, as the mother says, my baby is in there. It said it is hard to see. It is hard seeing him like that. Okay, obviously because the kid, was going through surgery. All right, but leading up to it, right, it says, of the victim of the boy's father, he said, felt like it was a movie, like a horror movie. Okay, this is what the father was elaborating on. It says, saying that they were picking up donuts with, he was picking up donuts with 3 of his kids, all right, which the ages was 4, 7, and 10. It says when the jet came crashing down, he gave his experience explaining it. It says, sounded like a missile was firing bullets, metals that were hitting the car, pretty much everyone else, and hitting everyone else's car. It says, and this is what they recall, the father. He said, you see a car on fire, all right, and a man walking on fire. It was just crazy. And this is him giving his personal experience, man. All right, and what made me get this, call it BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, because of this particular, as he was explaining, this example, man. It says sounding like a missile was firing bullets. It says, and metal was hitting the car, or everyone's car. It says you see a car on fire. This is, this is, to the detail. He says, and a man walking on fire. And I just recently had seen an article, all right, of the same thing, going into how a lady was burned up 17%, all right, from those flames, within the plane crash. Okay, which showed you that, what happened, man. All right, left people left them terrified, man. Okay, which the works of these things going on earth, and it's all through the works of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, which laid up to the scripture. All right, because the times that we're coming into, man. All right, Jacob's trouble. All right, the Lord said He was gonna bring what more? It's gonna be a great death and destruction. All right, matter of fact, I'm gonna grab that. All right. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, starting at verse 5. It says, behold, saith the Lord BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So the Lord said He's going to bring these things, man. Okay. Which, in seeing this and seeing that, that personal situation, it's nothing but worse things to come. Okay, it's gonna be a great terrors to come, man. All right, and you don't have more individuals in this state of trouble, just as you've seen, me bring out, man. All right, this guy said like a horror movie. It's gonna be worse than a horror movie, man. All right, you're gonna see bodies left and right. You're gonna be seeing bullets flying across people's, dome, man, across their head, flying bullets. You're gonna see, crazy, situations pop off like no other, man. What does Scripture say about that? Let me grab that. Jeremiah 30. All right. Because you had it where they gave you that example where people are on fire, cars are on fire. What do you think is going to be happening when this devil come down and have a great wrath? All right, with his, sword. What do you think is going to happen, man? It says, Jeremiah 30:4, and these are the words that the Lord YAHAWASHI spec concerning Israel and concerning Judah. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, man. All right, it was a little Jake boy, man. All right. It says, verse 5, for thus saith the Lord YAHAWASHI, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. All right, a trembling. These people are going to be trembling bad, terribly, because you're going to have death on people's heels. You're going to have people scared for their life. All right, hiding in houses. Okay, hiding out. Okay, looking for shelter. All right. You had it where he's he gave his a personal experience on how his son, all right, had it where pretty much metal was hanging out his head. Imagine that being a bullet, or imagine that being a axe, or a damn knife, man. You're gonna have a lot of sicko people out here, a lot of unstable people out here when all hell break loose. All right, they ain't just putting these things in these movies for you to just look at it, be entertained. They putting these things in these movies to let you know this is to come. This could be any day now here in this place. It could pop off, especially with this goddamn guy Trump in the seat. This can get real, just like that explosion happened, man. You had it with these people in Philly, a plane crash. How many damn plane crashes has it got to be for people to get the picture, man? You see? Obviously not enough, because these people, some woke up and was talking about the bread and circus, the damn Super Bowl, man. Then he said he's facing life and death, and all you can think about is, what was the Super Bowl like? And he didn't come yet, or whatever the case was. It's gonna be life and death out here for these people on a heavy note. Hey man, the Lord about to tear this place up, man. Death and destruction. Read it on. It says, verse 5. For thus saith the Lord YAHAWASHI, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Of fear, man. This shit is about to get real. All right, excuse my French. But if you're in the house of mourning, you see that the Lord's not playing, man. And it's only going to get worse. Verse 6, ask ye then, and see whether a man doth travail with child? Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman with child, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. The man turned around and seen his son with metal hanging out of his head. He was just, and all the first thing he could do is, oh shit, wrap his head up. Most of these people ain't gonna even have that natural instinct to do something like that. They're just gonna fuck around and leave his little ass. Or one Eve that she trusted in, she trusted in, he that's her little man or whatever. Woo, woo, woo. She thinks she gonna People protected in that day. This big body builder bozo gonna end up leaving your ass. You know, it's about to get real. Love and Meaning is gonna wax cold, man. You know, I seen this and I read it and I was like, man, imagine more of a situation on a greater scale. I imagine this more on a greater scale, but just more so with Esau coming down with it, man. Like you see now on Northern Kingdom, man, on these Latinos, as Esau will call you, your so-called Latinos, man. You know, imagine more of a picture of that. People freaking out. It says, like you said, it says verse 6, ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces turn into paleness. So you have these big body, swole, muscular dudes who hitting the gym 24 times a day, scared like women in travail with child, shaking and sweating and freezing up when they see death at the door. Verse 7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. Ain't gonna be none other day compared to this day, man. And this guy was giving me a visual. Can you imagine? Hundreds of people running around, scared for their life. Bodies dropping. Explosions going off. Just imagine. This ain't gonna be a damn movie, man. It's gonna be reality, the state of these people, man. It said it is even the time of Jacob's trouble. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, man. And he was just on the way to go get some donuts. How much an individual on the way to up the street to a neighbor's house to go visit some family. These people go constantly on trips, boats, planes, cars, constantly on trips, and all of a sudden all hell break loose. Imagine that. It says, but he shall be saved out of it. So the point is that in these times, you know, it's gonna be left and right. All right, where you gonna have death knocking out your door, death angels on your hill. What does scripture say? Let me see. It's right here, Amos 5:18. Matter of fact, get the point. In verse 19, it says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. That's how it's gonna be. Like, you can't escape. You ain't gonna be no getting away from these judgments, man. You know, ain't gonna be no escaping from death. It's just gonna be right there. Boom, 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 boom. Every time you turn around, oh, it's a goddamn, somebody on your hill. Somebody trying to get at you. Now you gotta worry about an animal trying to get at you. These people have no clue what's in store, man. What's that? He's gonna bring great death and destruction. It's about to get real. All right. Read that again. Amos 5:19. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him. Can you imagine fleeing from a huge lion and then turn around? You got to face a big grizzly bear. And you finally get away from that. It says, and went into the house and leaned his hand on a wall, and a serpent bit him. You finally get away. You and you put your hand down and the snake come on and then bite you, man. That is terrifying. All right? As the scripture says, once again, the Lord is to be feared, man. Let me grab this right here. You have it where it's Psalms chapter 9, verse 16. The Lord YAHAWASHI is known by the judgment which he executeth. Okay? Or Salakia. It says executeth. If I'm pronouncing that right, correct me if I'm wrong. It says the wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. All right? Hagar Salah. Okay? So you have it where, you know, when you see these things pop off, a judgment goes, you know, go forth. It's because the Lord put those things out there to happen. And you're going to have these people going to be walking right into it, which is terrifying. You see? So you got it with this incident happen with this boy, or the 10-year-old boy and his father and his family. All right. But what you can say, you know, this incident happened with the father, and his son was, you know, hit by that debris of the plane, which shows you what he seen, what he experienced, is really what's going to come to this place, man. You know, this is the time where you know, seek the Lord while you can, because eventually all the laughing and joking around, and you know, they're going to go get a box of donuts it's going to be stopped, or it's going to stop, and it ain't going to be no more going to buy a box of donuts. Box of donuts can cost you your life, man. Let me see. Let me grab this right here. We'll close it out with this. Let me grab this. This is the book of Sirach. What is the book of Ecclesiastes known as Sirach? Chapter 5, verse 7. It says, make no terror to turn to the Lord YAHAWASHI, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord YAHAWASHI come forth. So for suddenly, out of nowhere, plane, car crash, you know, motherfuckers hop out, and suddenly anything could happen, man. This is why the Lord is to be feared. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord YAHAWASHI come forth, and in thy security this man was walking, going to get him a box of donut. You know, an individual could be driving, you know, think on the way from home. You know, motherfucker think they finna take a plane trip to go to damn Costa Rica, Beverly Hills, and shit go sour, man. And your security, it says, thou shalt be destroyed. Caught up in it, out of nowhere, and perish in the day of vengeance. And that's you know, that's a thing where, you know, you don't want to be in the state of or involved in, man. There's gonna be a lot of great death and destruction. All right, a lot of people or that's in their security are gonna be, you know, waking up to a rude awakening. All right, when shit pop off, man. You see, and they're not gonna, you know it. Let's say what the scripture says, yeah, the Lord gonna come like a thief in the night when you least expect it. You know, just like these, you know, individuals here. All right, the father and his son and his little ones. You see. So hey, you know, no one is just straight to the point. All right, and edifying. But I'm gonna close it out by giving all glory and all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Once again, Dewan said I was an apostle of great MILLSTONE, teach you well. Peace and blessings to the brothers who push this work in true sincerity. Till the next time I say, Shalom.